All good.
We are good to go, I think. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's start by talking about the single, Amazing, and what's that all about?
Amazing is a love song, essentially, you know, and I wrote it down in Brighton with some guys down there early on in the writing process. Biff Stannard, absolute legend, and his team, and yeah, it's about finding that special person, or, you know, flip it and it's being found by that special person. And I think there's definitely an underlying current of not being good enough for that someone. But yeah, I like it.
What's it like when it's a group of guys getting together writing a love song?
It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. It's hardly you know, rugby shower, you know, with the team and all like. It's more like, oh, that could be nice. Yeah, lots of soft.
Lots of sharing of stories.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing about co-writing, is sharing stories until, you know, you find that you've both had a similar situation. You know, if you're trying to write about a situation, if you're trying to write about something that's imaginary, then you both imagine it. But like, it's so much better when it's about real life, and someone's like, well, that happened to me and it made me feel like that, and then someone will go, yeah, well, when I was doing that, it was like this, and they were like, well, that's kind of nice because you can tie those to it and it's all relevant, and it gets like a bit like counselling after a while, but it's brilliant.
Oh, phone.
Oh, no.
Was that your phone?
Yeah.
Thank you, yep.
It sounds like a cross between, group therapy, and just therapy.
Yeah, it really is. And the thing is, with me, like, there's certain things that have happened to me in my life that I write about a lot. And straight after the situation, or straight after the event, it's you know, it's really fresh and thing, and you can be like, ah. But if it was a negative thing, you could be like about it. And if it's a really positive thing, you can be like about it. And then time goes on, and it's a healer, and it's a great way of putting things into perspective. Then you look back on it and it's like, I was being an idiot. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't really feel like that. Or you can be like, well, you know what, they weren't in the wrong, it was more my fault type thing. So I'm kind of reflecting on situations very differently. And, you know, when you talk about, each time I go to write about them, talk about them, and it's like, you feel differently about them. Because instantly, the first time that song came out and it was called There, it was angry because I was angry, and then now I think about that and I'm like, oh no, maybe it's called My Bad. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's weird.
It's very interesting. Do these people know that you're writing about them?
Sometimes it's blatantly obvious and sometimes it's not. I try and make it not. Because the thing is, I like to write songs that everybody can relate to. And if you make it too specific, then they're like, just writing about. You know, so if you make it a little bit more, they can be like, oh, I can relate that to my situation. I remember a song by a band called Silverchair that I absolutely loved at college. I still love them now, but when I was at school, and the opening two lines really related, like, more than anything ever has, to my situation that I felt at the time. And the rest of the song had nothing to do with it. Like, absolutely couldn't be further from the truth. But I was like, yeah, that little bit, you know what I mean, got me. And if you can make a whole song that kind of involves people, then that's amazing.
Have you had anyone try and cash in on past relationships at all?
Yeah.
Selling lots of stories?
Yeah, it's rubbish. But to be fair, the one that was sold really didn't make me look that bad, and made her look really bad, so like, whatever. You know what I mean? I knew she'd do it, but dick.
It's quite strange that. I don't understand why people think they're going to come across any better.
Yeah.
'Cause the bottom line is you sold a story on someone, which is pretty low.
Well, yeah, that's the you know, the act, you know, that people are seeing, is you physically selling your story and getting paid for it. If she had said, you know, Matt used to beat me up and it was true, you know, it's like, that's not great. But it was completely the opposite. It was like, anyway, it came out when it came out.
It's funny, I just always find it quite strange. Right, how are these rehearsals going then for the tour?
Really good. we've got everything sorted pretty much. We know exactly what we're doing. We just need to crack on and rehearse it and just make it tight. We've done a warm-up tour, so we know half a set like the back of our hands, but and obviously I know the songs because I've written them, and it's just getting the other guys involved as involved as I was, and it's nice to know. It's nice for them, I think, to know what the songs are about as well, and why they were written and what they were written about. Just so they've got a little bit of that, something in their head. I think it's nice. It might do nothing or it might do a lot to their performance or how they feel about the song, rather than just now we're playing letters, because we are all like, now we're playing letters and they're a bit like, oh yeah, that was that. Yeah, cool.
You could do an experiment. You could tell half the group,
Yeah.
the other half the group, and see if it
So
could.
who plays best?
Yeah. Have you got any covers in there, or is this just basically the
No,
album?
we've got some covers. Gonna be a surprise until the first gig, I think, and then anybody who looks at the people's Twitter who came will know what we do. But I want it to be a surprise until then.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really ask any more questions about that then.
Well, it's a dance track, but that's all I'll say.
I was about to say, have you done a hip hop one or something like
No,
that?
it's a dance track, but it's good.
Okay, interesting. And are you looking forward to kind of being on the road?
Yeah, I am. I loved it last time, just travelling around, and I'm scared of flying, but there's something when you're going to a gig, there's something cool about jumping on a plane to do a gig. Like usually I was in the back of a Vauxhall Caddy somewhere on the M11 down towards London, stuffed in the back, holding up a piano or a drum kit, and now I'm on a plane. It's amazing.
And do you know all the band really well, or is this the kind of thing that you get to know each other more when you're properly touring?
No, I know the band really well. Tom, my drummer, was a sound engineer at the studio that I wrote my last album, or recorded, my last album at before X Factor. And Paul, my pianist, I'm just going to start saying piano player because it's too close to pianist. Paul, my piano player, his dad owns a venue that I recorded my first album at. Well, that wasn't my first, but one of my earlier ones. And he's a good mate. And Remy is a friend of Tom's, who Tom has toured with before. And Lorenzo, my guitarist, was in a band called Fugazi Rum that my old band Darwin used to play alongside on the circuit. And I'd seen him playing and I knew how good he was and thought, I needed some help.
So this is good.
Yeah.
So basically, you're hoping that they were all voting for you when you're on the X Factor,
Oh, no,
hoping that
none of
they
them
get
were.
a gig out of it.
No, absolutely none of them were. I can tell you that now. They weren't even watching it. It's fine though.
What did they think about you going on it then?
It was actually my ex-girlfriend, the girl who sold the story on me. It was her mate, and my mate at the time, Jurga, who took a video of me playing Mercy by Duffy in a pub and sent it into the online audition for X Factor. And then while I was in the band that I'd recorded at Tom's studio, and one thing kind of led to another. She sent it in and I tried to stop her, and then it did, and I got the call and I was like, oh, do I? Because my band are going to kill me. And it was a bit like, and all my mates were like, mate, you've got to do it. You've been trying so long, like, you'd be an idiot not to. You're 27, like, sort your life out. So I did, and now I'm here.
Coming out the other side of it, do you feel like the kind of musicians that wouldn't kind of touch or watch X Factor respect you because they know that you've got a kind of your own musical background, you've not just gone on?
I'm not too sure. I'd like to hope so. I don't think so. It's one of those things. There's a perception that anyone that goes on X Factor is a chancer and is a kind of like you've been sat there on karaoke and someone's like, hey man, you've got a good voice, why don't you go on X Factor? It's like, yeah, why not? Do you know what I mean? After spending half your life in marketing, and then you're like, that's why they do that at the bottom. It's like, I was in marketing, but I do this, and if it's the truth, it would have said Matt Cardle, like musician or singer songwriter or something. But it was like paint to decorate because that's what I was doing at the time for a job. I hope eventually that they respect me. I don't know. They may. I don't know.
Does it matter now? I mean, you've got...
Yeah, it does. It really matters to me because I have been trying, you know, since I was, you know, before I had double figures. You know, I picked up guitar when I was 9, started having lessons when I was 11, and knew ever since that's what I wanted to do, and dedicated my entire life, pre-adult, pre-teen, you know, to it. And it's a worry that, you know, the show has taken away everything I've done beforehand, but you know, it's an amazing program and it's an amazing platform, and I'm so grateful to X Factor for allowing me to be in this position and to give me the break that I've always wanted. Yeah, and you know, I'm prepared to swallow that for what I've got now.
There's no curse then?
Well, the only curse for me is the fact that my album's gone platinum and people are still going, you know, One Direction are doing a bit better. It's like, yeah, and like, I've got a platinum album. Like, I didn't have an album 2 years ago. You know, well, I did, but it was sold about 5. Now it's sold 300,000, and it's like, people are like, well, you know, oh, it's just a comparison because I won. The expectation is Leona's ruined it for everyone, basically. Who wins? Not everyone can go out and sell, you know, 11 million copies of their album straight away. But she did an amazing thing, and it you know, it went absolutely spectacularly well for her. You know, it's going really, really well for me, and people think that it's not, but it is.
You can get a t-shirt. I've got a platinum album.
Yeah, I might just tattoo it on my forehead. No, I'm joking.
That would be a reason to wear hats, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, that's the only curse that I can see, is that people are still comparing what I'm doing to the others to come out of the show, even though I'm not. I know I've gone platinum, and that's for me, that's fine.
One Direction are a weird phenomenon in a way anyway, because they've got that teen girls going crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is with 1D is it was always going to happen. Like, it was a no-brainer. You'd have to be a complete moron to mess up that project. Do you know what I mean? You got 5 really good-looking young guys who girls are going mad for. Great pop song, and you're made. Do you know what I mean? Just go. And they've done that, and they're gone. It's sweet. For me, it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Do you ever wish that there was like more of you? Because obviously there's a group of them and there's you on your own. Do you sometimes wish you were?
Oh, no.
No?
No. I even have had problems being in a band before with the amount of control I want. You know, like, control freak. I'm like, ah. But these guys are you know, some of the best guys I've worked with, and I trust them completely to do what they want to do with it. You know, if they get overexcited sometimes, I just kind of rein them in slightly. But apart from that, it's easier to rein people in than it is to do more. Go more crazy. It's like, just take it down a little bit.
Now let's quickly talk about these freebie things, because I think this is quite interesting and people like to hear this stuff. What's the most expensive free thing you've been sent?
I think it's this, actually. My watch. Omega gave it to me very kindly, and I've worn it every day since, or every TV performance I've done. Just letting you know.
So you're worth the freebie for the advertising.
Yeah, and if it breaks, which it might, so I'd come and get it fixed. No, they've already done that for me. No, but it's weird. Like, as soon as you're in a position where you can get something for yourself, because I've never had any money, because all the money I've ever had has gone on a guitar or studio time, or more recent, you know, more before the X Factor. It was probably about 3 years of just putting petrol in my car to get to the rehearsal studio, to be able to rehearse, to then go, how the hell are we going to record this? And then, you know, it was frustrating, to say the least. And then I'm in a position where I did have the opportunity to go and buy the guitar that I've always wanted, so I did that. But and then go and buy some shoes. People are like, no, you get free shoes, and people send you this and send you that. It's like, oh, I want to buy it, because I've never been able to, and now you're just giving it to me. It's a bit weird.
Have you ever been slightly offended by something free that they've sent you? Like, I am never ever going to wear something like that.
No. It's always lovely. I mean, it's free. Can't complain.
They've got your taste down then. That's what I mean.
Yeah, they know what I like. Check shirts.
I was about to say,
I
check.
moved on from that. No, I haven't.
And you were saying that you gave a lot of your stuff to your brother as well.
Yeah, my brother's the same size as me when he's training for boxing and stuff. So I give him, you know, same size shoes and stuff. I give him shoes like 3 pair of Timberlands or something, and he's just like, I'm like, honestly, mate, I'm just. And all the stuff that, you know, when I do a TV performance, they're always so lovely, and they'll just leave you a nice gift box in your dressing room, and it's always got like perfumes or aftershaves or something Christmas worthy, like you were saying. You know, and there's a lot of Christmas gifts comes out of gigs.
I think that's great.
It's brilliant.
Really good freebies. Where does the best freebies?
Where does the better? T4 Stars did the best freebie session. That was an entire room dedicated to free stuff with a shopper that you walked in and you had your own shopper with you. And all you have to do is tweet them. I mean, it's slightly whoring yourself out, but it's fine. It's like, you like this juicer? Mm-hmm. Tweet me. It's like, okay, I'm just having a juice. Juice master.
That's how it works. I always wondered what the payback was for those big rooms.
Well, before it's Twitter, it's just, there you go. But now it's like, wah, tweet me. You know, but it's fair enough. All you have to do is big them up and then they give you what they want.
Because they do, I mean, we see the behind the scenes at the Grammys and the Golden Globes gift suites. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like holidays
Yeah.
at plastic surgery, as if anyone there would need it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
I need
clothes.
to get me a Grammy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. To-do list.
Or 6.
Yeah, I think that's covered everything. I just wonder if we could do an ident.
Mm-hmm.
If you could look down the camera, introduce yourself and say you're watching Entertainment Now.
Hi, I'm Matt Cardle and you're watching Entertainment Now.
All good. Thank you very much. Pro at that now.